So you want to get in on some of those insane crypto returns that you're seeing where people are making 10, 20, 100x overnight, but you just have no idea how, and especially you don't want to pay those insane gas fees that you're seeing. Well, that's what we're going to cover today. Now, you're probably likely hear from Crypto Seth on TikTok. That's me. I keep getting my videos taken down about how to do this, how to avoid some of those gas fees. So I said I would shoot a YouTube video explaining it more in depth, and hopefully it doesn't get taken down. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to go through each step of the way to getting, your initial crypto, where to send it, how to know which coins that you can buy and get in on some of these so that you can, potentially see some of these awesome returns as well. But first of all, go ahead and give me a subscribe. I know this is a brand new channel, but since TikTok's not letting me show everything, I'm going to shoot some longer form videos so you can know where to find these coins and how to get set up and how to do all these different things that we're talking about so you don't miss out on this awesome crypto bull run that we've got. So anyways, we're going to get started. Give me subscribe and keep following along because we're going to make some money in this crypto bull market. Before we jump into everything, this is my big fat disclaimer that this is not easy. This is why everybody has such a hard time walking through, because there's so many steps to buy crypto here and then send it here, and you got to know this address and you need this thing, because cryptos just don't communicate right now. They will in the future, and a lot of the crypto things that we see created are helping that. But you're going to need to walk through this. It's not going to necessarily make sense the first time. It's going to seem a little scattered because you're going to see a bunch of different apps and a bunch of different screenshots of things that you need to do. And then, how do you send this here and how do you know it gets there and all these things. So watch through this, one time. Make sure you understand what's happening, what works for you, and then go through and follow the steps. Once you've seen the overall picture, you can always pause it, make sure you do the step, but I would recommend watching through it first so that you understand the full, where you're starting from to where you want to get to, so that you understand each piece along the way. Remember, once you've done this one time, you will be able to continue to do it over and over again, and that's where you'll learn to really make your money with crypto. Anyways, I hope you enjoy it. I know it's not the most exciting or glamorous topic, but it is something everyone needs to learn to get started with crypto. Okay, so this might seem super basic, but I'm not going to assume that you already know the whole crypto process and are just trying to save on gas fees. So I'm going to just walk through each step of this. Now, this is just simply a tutorial. This isn't any type of financial advice on, which one of these is the best. I can't make a video that is going to cover every person in every scenario, in every country, in every state, because the rules are different. I'm in Washington State of the United States, but if you're in New York or Texas, different rules apply. If you're in other countries, rules apply. There's a lot of restrictions in the US that other places don't have, and vice versa. So I'm going to give you a few options for each thing that I can, just so you can start with a place that probably works for you. So there's also some things that I'm going to explain as you go along. So like blockchain in itself, cryptocurrency, is meant to be decentralized, okay? And that just simply means that no one entity is in charge of it, like a bank or something like that. That's the easiest layman's explanation, okay? But to be able to purchase something like a Bitcoin or any other coin, you generally have to start with your fiat currency, or like the US dollar or whatever your dollar is, and turn it into whatever that coin is, which means buying from a centralized exchange. Now, if that all goes over your head, all that means is you're going to have to use a debit card or your bank account of some sort to buy your first coin. So if you're looking to buy, these coins that are just coming out and getting pumped or anything like that, you can't just generally buy them with, with regular money, what we know as fiat money, like whether it's the US dollar or whatever it is. You have to buy something else and exchange it into one of those coins. So here are just a couple options for you, okay? I've used cex.io, and most of these have a website as well as an app on your phone. It's just which one you're more comfortable using. So cex.io generally has really good fees. You pay the actual price of the currency, not an inflated coin price or anything like that. So cex.io. I will put links to everything that I show in the videos in the comments, so you can just click those and go there. Some of these have affiliate programs where if you sign up through someone's affiliate link, you might get a few extra coins, or maybe you get some type of discount on your fees. I might get a little kickback. You don't have to use my affiliate link. That's totally cool. You don't have to. That's not what the point of this video is. If you want to use my affiliate link as a way to say thank you for shooting this video, awesome. I really appreciate it. So cex.io, you can just link up your debit card. You can, within just a couple of minutes, take a picture of your driver's license, I think it is, to get signed up, and then create an account, and you can buy just like that, okay? The next one is Coinbase. Coinbase is really popular. You can get a lot of different coins from it. A lot of people like to use it. It's very user-friendly, but the only thing that I've noticed, and this isn't for everybody, but sometimes when you go to deposit, money in, they will hold it for 5 to 10 to 14 days before they will let you, if you buy a cryptocurrency, you won't be able to transfer it to something else. So you have to be aware that sometimes you are going to have little things that hold you up, especially if this is your first time signing up for the app and buying a crypto. Okay, the next one's Crypto.com. I like this one a lot because you can sign up super quick and buy right on the spot with your debit card. Your first 30 days has no fees of buying with your credit card. The only thing I do notice, though, is generally you're paying a slightly inflated price on what's actually going on in the market. So, like, let's say, we're gonna buy a portion of a Bitcoin, and right now Bitcoin's at like just 50,000 even. You're gonna buy your portion of that Bitcoin at like 50,000 and $200. So you're paying a slightly inflated price. I don't know if that's always the case, but it seems like it with Crypto.com. And then Gemini is another one. I've heard that this works in all 50 states. I don't personally use Gemini, but that's another option. So you just need a place where you can buy crypto at the beginning. I also recommend, as just a blanket statement, go and register for as many of these things as you can. Go through the process of getting verified. Like, you can go to Binance.us if you're in the US, but sometimes it takes a really long time to get verified. So start getting verified for as many of these as possible, because, if you sign up for only one of them and it takes 2 weeks to get verified, you might have been able to sign up for another one and get verified in a day or two. And if you've got them all going at the same time, eventually you'll have a bunch of different options to buy and move coins around and stuff. It gives you some really good movement ability and can speed things up, because sometimes or another, maybe one is down while you're trying to make a purchase and the others are not. So it's a good idea to get as many of these as possible, just registered for free and get verified, whether that's, your driver's license or anything like that. Those are some options for step number 1, which is figuring out how to buy your first crypto if you don't have any yet. Just as a side note, when you're first buying a cryptocurrency, most people will end up buying Bitcoin because it's the one they've heard of if this is their first time. But most exchanges, like this one on cex.io, will give you an option to buy a couple different ones. Litecoin is fairly well known. It's way up there. It's been around a long time. the fees to move Litecoin around are much cheaper, and it's a lot faster than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So buying Litecoin as your initial purchase is a better idea because there's way less gas fees to buy Litecoin. The same goes for XLM. Now, I'm just pointing out XLM because we're going to use this as a reference later in our video to show how to save gas fees specifically with Ethereum projects and why XLM works really well from that. So just a side note to save you a few bucks, when you first go to initially buy a token, don't buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, buy Litecoin or XLM for the example that we're going to do later. Okay, so the next step that you're going to want to do is download Trust Wallet to your phone. You can go to trustwallet.com or you can just go to, the App Store and download it. This is maybe not the favorite wallet of people that have been doing crypto for a long time, but it's super easy to use and get started with, and most people know it, and it works in most places. So if you're just getting started out with crypto, this is the best place because we're going to be able to exchange all of these different coins through Trust Wallet. And we won't get into the details of it's a multi-wallet and all those things of why it works that way, but we'll use this later as a way to buy these different coins. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to set up an account with BitRu.com, BITRUE.com, or download the BitRu app again on your phone. I like the app on my phone. I like most of the apps on my phone. They're very convenient, but there's a reason why we want to download BitRu, because this is where we can start saving major gas fees. So, as we look at this banner at the top, you'll start to see that BitRu supports a lot of coins that you can't get on other marketplaces. All right. So you can start to buy Doge and different things in other areas now. Even Shiba showed up on, Crypto.com the other day. But like here's Hokkaido, if that's how you say it, okay, that you can buy now on BitRu. Let's see what other ones they're featuring now. So there was Hokkaido, Kishu Inu, which I've talked about, that has billboards up in New York City at this moment as I'm recording. They're now available on BitRu. I think they advertise another one called Woofy. Now, this is not financial advice or telling you that all those coins are going to explode or anything, but you can actually buy these ones without going through an exchange and having to use Ethereum, which has insane gas fees to get these. So, for instance, with Kishu Inu, okay, it's built on the Ethereum coin. So when I tried to do a test buy the other night when things were very busy, I wanted to buy $250 worth, and it was going to cost me around $250. And the busier and busier the network got, then it wanted to charge me $350, then it wanted to charge me $500. At one point, the gas fee to buy just $250 of this coin was $700. All right? Well, with BitRu, instead of having to buy with Ethereum, okay, and go through the Ethereum network, as you can see here, you can buy with USDT. And we'll save a ton on gas fees. All right? So see here again, Kishu, USDT, which doesn't have the fees that Ethereum does. So that's why we want to start using BitRu. Now, that doesn't mean that every coin you're going to want is going to be on BitRu. But a lot of them that you see that gain some ground and are, have the potential to keep growing because they're getting listed on exchanges and, people are, running with the project, will get listed on BitRu sometimes very quickly, like Kishu did, as opposed to, other ones that lag behind for months and months. And that's why I love the site BitRu. So that is the app you want to download. Next, we'll talk about how to get your money into BitRu without a bunch of fees. Okay, so you might be thinking, why don't we just click this buy sell button on BitRu? We can buy directly through them. Simplex is the same one that your Trust wallet would work. And you can buy any of these different coins from here. You can do that. If you can set up an account with BitRu and buy directly through them, you're more than welcome to do that. Again, I would recommend trying to buy Litecoin because it's the cheapest one in fees as far as moving it. I just know that I've heard from a lot of people that their coins get rejected or their card gets rejected by BitRu or their bank won't accept it directly. And so sometimes it's easier to just buy on an accepted exchange like Coinbase or Crypto.com that are already, banks already are established with and things like that. But you're more than welcome to try and, buy directly through this. Okay, now, remember what I said? We're going to go back to cex.io about XLM, okay? This is why I like XLM, because you could buy any one of these things, but when you buy XLM, you're going to get the direct price, and there's no fee for moving it. So you know how you pay like a ton of money to move Ethereum projects, like any type of Ethereum coin, and that's what those gas fees are? XLM's like nada, okay? So you can buy XLM and then send it to BitRu, and then what you're going to do once you've sent it is just change it into that USDT. And then there's no fee for that either. And then as you can see, these coins that we want to buy that have those huge gas fees, we can now buy in USDT, and we've just avoided all the gas fees that you would get by buying through the Ethereum network through something like Trust Wallet and Uniswap and PancakeSwap, and we'll talk about those in a second too. But that's a way through buying either through BitRu directly or moving money like XLM into BitRu and buying with USDT as opposed to actually buying with the Ethereum token is a way for us to save on all those gas fees. And just to give you, for instance, the same amount of money that I would have had to pay, like if I paid with Trust Wallet, if I used Ethereum to go through Uniswap to buy Kishu the other day, I would have gotten half the amount of coins for what I paid on BitRu because of the price of gas fees. That's a huge, that means when you buy it, it has to double in price for you to get that same amount of coins or that same amount of money. And then if you're going to pay that gas fee when you take it back out, it's got to double again so that you don't lose your money. So you have to have it go up exponentially just to cover the gas fees, which is why it makes it not worth it for most people. That's why using a site like BitRu is so helpful. So once we have bought a coin, if we didn't buy it through BitRu, we need to know how to send it there. So I'm switch to my phone so I could show you what it looks like on your phone. The process will be the same on your computer. I just want you to see both ways. So we're on the home screen, and you can see there is a part where it says deposit or withdrawal. So we're going to want to deposit whatever coin we bought into our BitRu account. All right, so deposit. Let's say we bought XLM because the fees are practically nothing. XLM, okay? It says both a memo and an address are required to successfully deposit your XLM. So you need to know what are the requirements to send something, because if you send something to a wrong address, you won't get your crypto back. So this one says it needs both a memo and address. So as soon as we press got it, we see there's the address we're going to send it to. So we'd hit copy address, and then there's copy memo. So then what you would do is you would go back into wherever you bought, whether it was cex.io or Coinbase or whatever, and you would do the opposite of you would press withdrawal or send, and you'd find your coin. And when you go in and do that, there will be settings that show you where to paste that address and that memo so that you can send it to your BitRu wallet. Now, you just always want to make sure that you're copying and pasting the right stuff into the right spot. So if it needs a memo, it'll tell you it needs a memo. You always need to make sure that the address is correct. You know, when you're sending it to your wallet, just make sure to verify that. Check twice. It'll just take you a second to reread it to make sure that the number's right and you paste it in correctly. And that's how you can send money into your BitRu wallet so that you can swap it out for one of these coins that we've talked about. So we've gone through the process of how to buy a coin, straight from, your debit card, then moving it into BitRu, which has all of these different coin options. But this is where the reality meets the road, is they're not always going to be on BitRu, which means there's a potential for gas fees, okay? So let's look at two different type of coins and show you why one has high gas fees and one does not, so you know which projects to invest in when you're looking at them right off the bat of whether they're going to have high gas fees or not. So we're on google.com, and we're just going to search that Kishu Inu coin like we was on BitRu that we used in our example, okay? So, and you can do this with any coin. I'm just going to use Kishu as an example because I'm familiar with it, and it illustrates the point well because it is on BitRu. So you'll be able to get it there and avoid the fees that you're about to see, okay? So you'll see different website answers. So this one right here is their official site, kishu.finance. But you'll also see, CoinGecko, and a lot of times you'll see either CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap because they list a ton of the projects that have gone up. You'll sometimes see a Twitter, you'll sometimes see a Reddit page. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're first going to go to this Kishu, their actual page, because one of the ways that you can find out what network you're going to buy them from is from their actual page. And when you're on their actual page, you'll make sure to get the correct wallet address. You won't get scammed or something like that. So if we go to their actual site, okay, there's a button that says Buy Kishu right here. And this is pretty new that it actually goes to their own exchange, but we're not going to get into that because that's brand new. But if we scroll down, okay, it has a How to Buy Kishu section, but what we'll see is that it's built on Ethereum. You need to send Ethereum, and Ethereum right now is what has those insane gas fees. So any project that's built on Ethereum that you have to buy through Ethereum is going to have those gas fees unless it's been listed on an exchange like BitRu where you can buy it in USDT. And that's just the way it is. That's unfortunate. One of the other ones that we got was CoinGecko, and if you come up with a listing like this, you'll also see right here down next to the contract, there's a little Ethereum symbol, and under Explorers it says Etherscan. That shows that it was built on the Ether network, and you're going to have to pay those gas fees when you're trying to exchange the token. Now, we're just kind of out of luck at this point with the way gas fees are, and that there's not really an interoperability, which is what some things are trying to change, okay? But we're not there yet, all right? So how can you find coins that don't have these high Ethereum gas fees? Well, that's because there are coins that are coming out that are built on what's called the Binance Smart Chain. And it's just a different blockchain that doesn't have these same fees. So I'm going to pull up one called Kabosu. You may or may not have heard of it. Again, this is their site, all right? And if you look here, where it says Buy Kabosu, it says check BSC scan. So our Kishu Inu one said check Etherscan, which is Ethereum. Our Kobosu says BSC scan, which is the Binance Smart Chain or BEP20 system. Anything built on those will have much lower fees. And when I say much lower fees, I mean like $1 or $2 as opposed to a couple $100 to send coins, all right? The CoinGecko listing for Kobosu, again, we see the little Binance Smart Chain logo, and under Explorers, it's BSC Scan. All the projects that are built on BSC Scan have much lower fees. So if you're thinking about, man, which one of these, moonshot type cryptos do I want to jump into? Buying one that's either on something like BitRu or one that's on the BSC Scan gives you a much better chance of not paying those high fees. And right now, because those fees are so high, people are more willing to put money into things that are built on that BSC Scan, so it has a better opportunity to go up in price. Those are the best ways that you can avoid paying gas fees right now. Okay, last but not least, guys, remember we downloaded Trust Wallet earlier? Well, this is how we're going to buy those coins that we saw from BSC or the Binance Smart Chain like Kobosu, where they don't have those fees. Now we're inside Trust Wallet. You can see down at the bottom that I'm in the dApps, and you're going to see also here Pancake Swap. That is one of the places where you can exchange Binance coin into these other coins. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole tutorial video on this because that's a whole separate thing. Once you're at this point, there's a bunch of different things that you need to be aware of. We'll make a separate video on that. But now you've been walked through this process of how to buy that initial coin, how to find it on BitRu, how to know if there's going to be fees associated with it, how to look for coins that don't, how to have your Trust Wallet in place. So I hope that helped. That was a big rundown of a lot of different moving parts to get yourself started with crypto. But it is what it takes to get into some of these smaller coins, ones that are just starting out. And believe me, it gets easier and easier as it goes along. You've already made the first step of getting into crypto, and that's awesome. Make sure that you give me a subscribe. I will shoot videos that teach some of these easier things, show you resources that you can use to find your own coins, make good investments so that, you see the gains that you deserve, and just make sure that you always do your own research. Don't just, take some random person's advice on any one coin. Don't, FOMO into things without making sure you do that. And I'm going to do my best to share with you resources to help educate you so you know exactly what you're doing. I appreciate the time you spent with me, and we'll talk to you later.